Do14 is on the posterior midline, below the spinous process of C7 in a depression.
Small intestine 15 is located 2 cm lateral to the inferior border of C7. Locate your C7, use the medial border of the spine of scapula to dictate your 3 cm mark, move out 2 cm to find this point. Gallbladder 21 is located midway between Do14 at the base of C7 and the lateral extremity of the acromion process, but at the crest of the trapezius muscle. To find the crest of the muscle, it may be necessary to dip down slightly to make sure you get the highest part. This point forms a line with Sanjar 15 and small intestine 13. Gallbladder 21. Gallbladder 12 is found just a few fen anterior and inferior to the extra point peaceful sleep. When a person opens their jaw, a groove opens up anterior to the tragus. Gallbladder 2 is located in this groove anterior to the infratragic notch. Bladder 10 is located 1.3 cm lateral to Do15. It's 4.5 cm from Do15 to the mastoid process. So divide this area into 3 and just come a little closer to the posterior midline. You'll be on the lateral edge of the trapezius muscle. Stomach 1 is located inferior to a pupil looking directly forwards in a depression between the eyeball and the infraorbital ridge. So to locate this point, you need to actually stand in front of the person, have them look towards you and mark your point in a depression between the bone and the eyeball itself. Stomach 3 is located inferior to a pupil looking directly forwards, level with the lower border of the ala nasi. To find this point, you need to stand directly in front of the person, have them look forwards, think of a line running through their pupil and coming down and marking this point on a level with the inferior border of the ala nasi. This point is frequently just lateral to the nasolabial groove. Stomach 4 is located 4 fen lateral to the corner of the mouth. It's in the nasolabial groove. Have the person smile and you can see this point falls nicely into that groove. To locate stomach 6, palpate the posterior and inferior border of the mandible to find the angle of the mandible where the jaw is changing direction. Come 1 finger breadth superior and anterior to the angle of the mandible. When the person clenches their jaw, the masseter muscle comes up. When they relax, your finger will fall into the nice dip that is stomach 6. Large intestine 11 is located at the midpoint between lung 5 and the prominence of the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. Typically, this is at the end of the transverse cubital crease when the arm is fully flexed. Large intestine 10 is located 10 cm proximal to large intestine 5 on a line heading towards large intestine 11. Palpate along that line and fall into a nice groove in the muscle at 10 cm.
Large intestine 4, you're going to find the length of the second metacarpal bone. So running your finger down, finding the base, making sure that you're not actually on the carpal bones themselves, finding the midpoint of that shaft of bone, coming between the first and second metacarpals, nearer to the second than the first in the muscle.
Stomach 36 is located approximately 13 cm superior to the prominence of the lateral malleolus on the anterior border of tibialis anterior. The easiest way to find it is to palpate down the tibial tuberosity. Find the base of the tibial tuberosity and move slightly laterally until you fall into a nice dip on the anterior border of tibialis anterior. This point is also 3 cm inferior to the inferior border of the patella.